for February the 8th, 2018 order. Calling the roll, please.
Randy?
Here.
Steve? Lori? Here. Angie? Here. Bill Thomas? Absent. Aaron Horn? Present.
I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. We do have a long list of people that would like to speak. So we will start with Larry Brandt.
Thank you. The Atlanta Public Library District strives to be a service-driven community for learning, creativity, and engagement. Its mission is to improve the quality of life of patrons by expanding their horizons, meeting their learning needs, and enhancing their interest in meaningful and entertaining ways. I can only imagine that this was the very intent of those early Atlantans who started this library when our town was in its infancy. The meager collection was housed then in the office of the Atlanta Argus, and its librarian was the publisher of that paper. Over the many years, it has steadily filled the needs of this community. In my lifetime, many of its board has consisted of beloved instructors from our local Atlanta school. Now, as always, and still is, a small district, as this was stated in a sworn testimony at a hearing just a couple of days ago. If I understood correctly, the Atlanta Library District's annual budget is just under $200,000. That being said, I wish to state that I do and will support the Atlanta Library District's goals and operating of various programs that it can afford, not those it cannot. It cannot be a small district and still have goals it cannot afford. Just finished reading a book not very long back entitled Freedom's Champion, Elijah Lovejoy. It was written by the late Senator from Illinois, Paul Simon. I want to quote in part from Senator Simon. Freedom in a community dies a little when public officials are willing to take money for votes and favors. Freedom is diminished when school boards and city councils, and now I'll use my words in parentheses, in our case, a library board, hold secret meetings, keeping out the public who elect them. And it is my feeling that this second sentence is fitting of this board on this occasion. The current board has used various ways that have made citizens wary and asking questions. This has been met with limiting speakers' times, non-answering of citizens' questions. This board, in following this direction, has created a hostile environment, an environment that has the police attending Atlanta Library Board meetings. If this board cannot or does not desire to limit spending within its means of serving our city of 1,600 plus and the remainder of its small district, I would therefore ask that this board resign en masse. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Next, we have Tom Young. Tom?
I'm going to relinquish my time to John Kirk.
Okay, thank you. And next, we have George Minkin.
I'm going to relinquish my time also to your county watchdogs.
Okay. Then, Mr. Kraft, you are up.
Thank you. I've got a couple things. First, I would like for an answer on what was that $500 check written to Bill Thomas for it said bonus/gift.
That is for the employees for Christmas bonuses. He paid for those because there wasn't anybody able to get a check at that time, so he paid for them and we reimbursed him.
All right, is it going on their income tax return?
Pardon?
Is that going on their income tax return?
It should, yes.
And when you lease out public property, the leaseholder has to pay real estate taxes. I just want to remind you that.
Pardon?
The leaseholder has to pay real estate taxes if somebody's leasing that office. Because the county assessor will come in and measure that office and charge him the appropriate amount for real estate taxes.
We realize that.
Okay, now, I'm going to urge you to seek additional guidance from your attorney prior to approving that lease, and the reason why is because back in 1990, there was an issue in Danville, Illinois, where the aldermen were forced into complying with minority representation on the city council. So they agreed to minority representation, and in that process, they negotiated, as they were sitting as an alderman, negotiated a sweet deal for themselves. The federal court approved the settlement. The state attorney drove him into court afterward and charged him with official misconduct, conflict of interest. It went back to the appellate court. The circuit court found him guilty. The appellate court reversed it. The Supreme Court versus the appellate court found him guilty of official misconduct. And here's some quotes from the Supreme Court. And the reason I'm asking, I want you guys and Mr. Thomas and the attorney need to be completely sure that you're not getting in trouble with this deal with the leasing. I believe you are.
John, if you give me a second, I'll let you know that we are going to table that lease to Bill Thomas until we get further information from our attorney. Just so, I mean, if you want to use your time for something else, is that okay?
That's fine. I'll just finish reading this real fast, and then I can skip over the other things.
It's your time. I just wanted to tell you ahead of time.
Okay, thanks. And so the Supreme Court held the defendant's direct involvement and control of the negotiation and the eventual terms is basically what got him in trouble with the lawful authority. They also said the crime that each defendant were eventually convicted occurred during the negotiation process, making irrelevant any after-the-fact statements by the federal judge that approved the settlement. So, may I suggest, if he's going to use that office for economic development, that the economic development program actually leads the office instead of him?
That is, now that's what we're going to be checking in on.
Okay, well, that's all I have to say. Thanks for postponing the lease.
Okay, thank you very much. Kirk Allen. Kirk.
Thank you, Chairman. During the December meeting, I was repeatedly interrupted by your attorney. I urge you to read Attorney General PAC Opinion 37503. From that opinion, applying it to what happened to me. These repeated interruptions unreasonably interfered with my statutory right to provide public comment and prevented me from fully addressing the matters I wanted to address. Such actions, based on that opinion, appear to be a violation of 2.06G of the OMA. So I would urge you to advise your attorney not to interrupt public speakers. The grant required deed of ownership for proof of long-term occupancy. We heard a lot of things about the Prohibited Activities Act. Everybody ignored this for I don't know how many months. And now that's the forefront. Contracts for purchase was entered into illegally December 18th of 2014. Illegal because it was never on the agenda to act upon. OMA and Prohibited Officers Activity Act violations aside, the contract's own language says it was void if no payments were made in 60 days. Since no payments were made, the contract was void 60 days after it was signed. Thus, there was no long-term occupancy agreement. And you folks knew that. Those who were on the board at that time knew that. Thanks to the attorney, I do appreciate him in the hearing confirming you got bad legal advice. We tried to tell you that for months. Every hole's sort of nuts and we're wrong. Your director said, and I quote, "We thought it was completely transparent." June 2017 was the first time during a meeting, according to meeting minutes, going back as far as 2013, where it was disclosed that Bill Thomas owned the building. That's not transparent. Your director implied that Thomas even stopped coming to meetings as to avoid the appearance of a conflict. Not exactly full disclosure, because he stopped coming to the meetings after we started writing about it. All during the previous time, he didn't stop coming to the meetings. Also have conflicting testimony. Mr. Thomas states with confidence, library has the funds to repay the grant. It would affect moving forward in future programming, but they have the funds. Your director, we may have to lay people off. Depends on what we have to do to come up with the $25,000. She agreed with the attorney that paying the grant back would mean that basically you only have enough to keep the lights on. You can't have both ways. Both testified on the road. One said yes, one the other said no. Somebody's lying. Mr. Brooks, you sat silent when Bill Thomas said that you signed all checks that were paid to Teleologic. If you're not aware, you can download a copy of the check he signed his own company from our website for rent. We exposed that what appears to be clear perjury. Were you aware that he signed that check?
No, I was not.
Okay. Now that you are aware, you want to inform the Secretary of State of that fact. You can, and I would appreciate if you would. That would be doing the right thing, especially since your director even talked about the moral issue that she was so concerned about with all of this. When you ignore the message because you don't like the messenger, you do the public a disservice. And John mentioned it, and I appreciate that you're taking that issue. The message. Think long and hard before you allow Bill Thomas to keep his office in this building. Such an act of self-dealing and criminal case law appears to point directly to that being a crime. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the list is Diane Benjamin.
Good evening. I want to talk about the Palmer Grill. Still don't have a budget ordinance. I don't know how you're spending money without a budget ordinance. It's illegal to spend money without a budget ordinance. But you are, so anyway. You look at the December report, you had 5 bus tours. In January, you only had 2, but you actually made more money with only 2 bus tours. January revenue was higher. December expenses are way higher. This is not accounting. How can you guys approve this without knowing what checks were written? You don't know if somebody wrote themselves a check. This is just somebody's summary of what happened. You have all kinds of detail on the library. All the checks are listed. You know where they went. You look them up. On the Palms Grill, you have nothing. You have to do better. First, you need a budget. Second, you need a bookkeeper that actually lists what happened, what revenue came in, what expenses went out, where did the money go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next we have Rick Sullivan.
At the last meeting I attended, I laid a business card and asked about leasing the building. And I see tonight my name's not on there anywhere.
Weren't you contacted by someone from?
I think it was Tom. Is that it?
Steve.
Steve?
Yep.
I was contacted, but that was the last I've heard. I've never been contacted other than that first time. And we talked about 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I explained to him that we have a towing company that we're thinking about expanding over on the 55. We're building a brand new rollback, and I haven't heard another word. And I see tonight my name wasn't on the lease. Is there a reason for that? I know you don't have to answer me, but
Well,
These are carryovers.
these were carryovers, but I was under the impression that you were going to get back with us and give us a final decision on.
no, you guys let me know what square feet it was and what everything was, and I was gonna come over and meet, and we do a tour of what I was trying to lease.
Are you looking to lease the entire property or just an office space?
Just an office space.
Okay, well,
As I talked to you about it.
yeah, that's what I thought. And
Yeah.
we're not done with that portion of it yet, so you're not off the list. We're still gonna
I
contact.
thought you were gonna sign lease tonight.
Just for one
Just one
section.
section, one.
That's already
office
occupied.
space.
It's already
It's not the
occupied.
whole place.
It's occupied by those 2 people?
No, by the video machines in the basement, in the
Oh,
first floor.
okay, okay.
We haven't given away your space.
Good, great, wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine, I just haven't been in contact.
We still have time. Tom, do you want to speak?
No, I'm fine tonight.
Okay, and George?
Yes, I'd like to speak.
Okay,
So you know, This is a public entity. Under the public entities regulations under the state of Illinois, you can't lease anything to anyone without advertising it public and going through the procedure. That means newspaper ads, there's a set time period, you have to, and you can't open the bids or the requests or anything else as individuals. You can't leak the information. You've got to do it publicly. It can all be FOIA'd. If you don't go through that process, you're going to be right back where you started. Because it's going to irritate me for one. You've got to follow the laws of the state. Or continue doing criminal acts. I really couldn't care less. The other thing I tell you to do, before you keep writing checks, you better have an accountant come in. You better go through and audit every account this library has, under every name. Because anything you approve that's tied prior that is found to be incorrect, you're on the hook. You're already on the hook for it before, but there ain't much sense staying on the hook for it in the future. The other thing you need to do is make sure you turn the records loose that are being FOIA'd. You can't just not answer a FOIA. I mean, besides the fact that the state sent you a nasty letter, which has happened several times. You may not be aware of it, but I am, because I'm the one that complained to the state. And at some point, you can get a $1,000 a day fine for not turning that information over. And yes, I will push it that far. So any accounts that have been FOIA'd that you haven't turned information loose, turn it loose. The other thing is, did you get Bill's name off of all the accounts so that the money is secure? Did you put an elected official on?
I am on it.
Yeah, on all the accounts.
We have to, the
I have-
bank won't do that without a motion from the board.
Well, I
so
know
we're
how
not
it
doing that.
works, yeah.
Okay.
But if, the problem is, your name is on all the accounts of the bank, at the bank.
Not the grill, it is not.
So how are you paying bills at the grill?
I haven't paid one yet, that I know of.
Write checks for food.
So,
Don't you write checks
and you
for
need
food?
to, under new business tonight, make the motion, put it on the board, get the letter out, take it to the bank, get the names off, get another elected official off. You really need 2 signatures of elected officials on it. And then anybody handling money needs to be bonded, which is the other problem you've got. Your bond amount was listed in the minutes as only $90,000. Report to the state shows you $300,000 going through that library with Paul's Grill. That means you have to up your bond to the amount that they have. And that's all.
Okay, thank you. That concludes the names that I have in front of me for public comment. I appreciate all of you have brought before us. We will try to address these issues as soon as possible. Next portion of the minutes is, or agenda is the approval of December 14th, 2017 special meeting minutes.
There's a couple of corrections that we need to make. Angie Harrison's name is not spelled correctly.
We can't hear you out here.
Doug, you want to
Angie
speak up?
Harrison's name was not spelled correctly in the minutes. Which is that? And then there was an item here, motion to approve with a question mark, and that question mark shouldn't be there.
Are there any other additions or corrections to be made to the minutes before I ask for a motion to accept? someone like to make a motion to accept them with the corrections to be made?
I'll move to accept the minutes from December meeting with the corrections.
I'll second that. Thank you, Stu. Motion's been made to accept the minutes once the corrections have been made, seconded by Steve. All in favor, say aye, or have a call roll, sorry.
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Lori, Angie,
Yes.
Karen, yes.
Okay. Next is the approval of treasurer's reports.
Since we don't have board.
We don't have a treasurer yet.
Yeah, we're just continuing to carefully monitor the expenses. You'll see at the end of January, we had just over $62,000. So we're continuing to monitor expenses and make adjustments as we need to try to make sure we come out positive this year. I mean, I think that, obviously the line, the big line item where we're over is legal fees, and that's only going to get worse based on, what we had to do lately. As a result, we put a freeze on purchase of books and materials. So the only books we're purchasing are the ones that we have with publishers that we have contract with. So we're cutting back everywhere possible. We have, we're not buying DVDs, we're not buying books, we're not buying arts and crafts supplies, we're not doing programs, and every other place where we can, we're trying to save money.
Okay. I have a motion to accept this report from Evans.
I'll second.
Motion made by Angie Harrison, seconded by Lori Cotton. Call roll, please, Karen.
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Lori, yes. Angie,
Yes.
Karen, yes.
Okay. Next on the agenda will be the acceptance of the director's reports. Do you have any other comments other than what was written in your report?
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is we're working on 3 grants right now. 2 of them are recorded in here. Illinois Prairie Community Foundation, last year we received $6,000 for our summer arts camp. We plan to make that request again. And we also plan to make a request to the foundation for the Museums on Main Street exhibit project. So we'll be making 2 requests, those are due at the end of the month. We're also making our annual request to the Veteran Fund, and that'll be for the Museums on Main Street. And I guess I just would like to add one little thing, because we believe really strongly in the mission that you read, Larry, at the beginning of the meeting, and I just want to make sure everybody understands that that mission statement was written by this board. And statistical reports here, nothing else to add unless anybody has questions.
Anyone have a question for Kathy on her report? Would entertain a motion to accept the director's report.
I'll make a motion to accept the director's report.
I'll second that.
Have a motion to accept the library director's report by Lori, seconded by Steve. Call the roll, please, Karen.
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Lori, yes. Angie,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Okay. Rachel, do you have anything from the museum?
Obviously, you've got my report in front of you. I've met with a small working group a couple times regarding the Museums on Main Street companion exhibit. So I think we're probably going to need about 1 more time before we break into our smaller planning committees. But yeah, and then the veteran fund grant that Kathy mentioned. All the grants asked for.
question for Rachel on her report? We entertain a motion to accept the museum director's report.
I will second that.
Okay, motion by Angie, second by Steve. Karen, would you call the roll, please?
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes?
Lori, yes, Angie, yes, Karen, yes.
Okay. Palms Grill report.
Alright, so we've got December and January there. And as of December 31st, 2017, we've been operating, overseeing daily operations of the restaurant for 2 years now. And I will update.
You can't hear you out here.
Don't speak up.
I'll update those of you around the table that we initially undertook this to see if the restaurant was even a viable option, because up until this point, we've never seen anybody's books or how things were going down there. And we've obviously come out of several situations where managers get through the busy tourist season, and then by November and December are coming to us telling us that they're tens of thousands of dollars in debt. So, long story, here, I now believe that we have a pretty good overview of what it takes, decisions that need to be made to ensure that the restaurant runs successfully and that it actually makes money. So I highly recommend to this board now that we go out and solicit proposals from interested parties to take over management of the
Okay, we will take that under advisement. Does anyone have anything you want to ask or add to that? Any questions?
Is there any time we need to be aware of?
I would recommend that we get something out there as soon as possible so that we can have proposals in front of us for the next meeting, so that whoever ends up taking it over can take it over starting in April, because that's, just before like tourist season, but it's not like super busy, so they'll have time to kind of ease into it before things get crazy over the summer. Yeah, and yeah, that's the time frame that before.
Okay.
Someone would like to make a motion then to the effect of soliciting bids for leasing the Palms Grill.
Make a motion to solicit bids for the farm field.
To that. With the idea that we're going to try and get that put together by the next meeting.
Well, don't need to set out.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully, right.
Hopefully, how about hopefully?
Okay, fair enough.
That's the target. And you will be doing those, or who will be doing those?
Well,
We'll work on it together.
Okay.
yeah. Advertise and build permits too.
Any further questions? Okay, the motion's been made by Lori, seconded by Steve, that we solicit bids for leasing out the grill and the land library. Karen, call the roll. Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Lori, yes, Angie, yes, Karen, yes.
All right, so we will get on that then. All right. Next thing is the insurance, and I think Karen, you've been handling that for the library board. Do you have something you'd like to
Well,
present?
we're probably going to be putting it out for bids here before the renewal. It is in July, so we'll get something put together in a couple months to do that.
Bids will be put out for the insurance before we enter into the new fiscal year. Next, we go into old business. We do have Union Hall leases. First one is John Yates. John had been occupying the building previously, long-term. We have discussed with him entering into a lease agreement. And we do have that, it is in here. I would like to ask for approval by the board to enter into this lease agreement with Mr. Yates.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. How many square feet, or what area is he going to be leasing? Because if you look at this, it could be the whole building.
I've got it here. It's in here somewhere. Hang on.
The square footage.
You would need to delineate a specific area and then designate it like northwest, southeast corner, so many feet. Otherwise, technically, he's got the whole building with this.
Use of premises and equipment is where we had that designated. It's towards the bottom of the page.
It tells the use of premise and equipment, but it doesn't designate what's being rented.
Other than the whole building.
We can do that.
We will amend this lease to include the square footage of that area down there so that everyone knows what Mr. Yates will be leasing.
Is that the same area this gentleman was interested in?
No,
Back here? Okay.
Interested in this office?
I just,
Either one, whatever one we can negotiate.
Okay.
so we will, you want to make that an amendment to your lease then?
So I got questions. So I make my motion
Notice provided for
to
this.
accept this lease agreement.
Anybody else have a chance to leave?
I'll amend my motion to accept this lease agreement.
You didn't put it out for public bid or anything yet. You have to notify the public to be legal.
November 17th, but I'm not sure who would
I'll
own
make
it.
a motion to release it until we get clarification on that point.
The 17th of November.
Have a motion to table the lease agreements until we can get further clarification of procedure. Do I have a second for that motion?
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Lori. Karen, call the roll.
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Lori, yes. Angie, yes. Karen, yes.
Okay, under new business. It's noted here, electric service, we have been in agreement with a company that has supplied us with a lower rate than Ameren has in the past. That contract runs out in November. We are going to be looking into different companies and check pricing in order before we enter into another agreement to contract for electrical services. So I just want to put that out.
Also, we have Ameren on this building, and we'll be doing that soon. And that's, because they want to get to a huge change right now on this building.
Randy,
Yeah.
you said this was coming up this next December or this past December it ran out?
This coming November is when it runs
November?
out, Tom.
Okay, all right.
All we're trying to do is, we just want to make sure that whatever rate is available for us, we try to get the best rate possible.
Well, what we need to do, though, is we need to authorize maybe the president and whoever becomes the treasurer to actually monitor the rates and talk to people on this building right now, because those rates change on a daily basis. So we need to be able to authorize them to lock in a rate. It may or may not happen on the day of the board meeting. We'll come back and approve it. But if we find a rate that's favorable next week, want to lock it in, we need to be able to do that and then bring it to the board. Because if we wait to the board meeting, we'll lose the rating. So somebody, we need a motion to authorize someone to monitor that.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. You're a public entity. You can't arbitrarily decide any of that stuff. You have to put it out to the public. What you do is you put it out and let them make you offers for the electric costs.
Okay, we will table that until we have it researched by our attorney.
Randy, I
Yes.
also mentioned quite some time ago that the lowest bid is not the lowest bid over the long run. So be very careful.
Thank you. All right, I just want to inform everyone that we have had 2 resignations, one by Jamie Clark and the other one by William Thomas. Just like to have someone make a motion to formally accept those 2 resignations.
I make a motion to formally accept the 2 resignations we have.
I'll second that.
Karen, will call the roll?
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Angie,
Yes.
Karen. Yes.
Okay. Upon those resignations, I would like to introduce the name of Jim Welchel to occupy the seat of Jamie Clark. If there's nobody in opposition, I would entertain a motion to accept Jim as the nomination.
The terms are expired.
The term doesn't expire until 2000.
No, because she has
Well,
so much time left.
Her term will, Jim's term will actually run until the election in 2019.
I would check the statutes if I were you.
He will have to rerun in the election, the general election in
I
2019.
would check the statutes. Because what the statutes say is that as the replacement is elected official as the next regularly scheduled election.
2019. So anyway, I'd entertain a motion to accept Jim as a replacement for Jamie's.
Make a motion to accept Jim as replacement for Jamie's position.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion's been made by Lori, seconded by Angie to accept Jim as a replacement for Angie Clark's term. Jamie Clark, I'm sorry. Angie Harrison, second. For Jamie Clark's position. Want to call the roll, please, Karen?
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Lori. Yes. Angie.
Yes.
Karen. Yes.
Okay. Would you do the oath of office, please, Karen?
You're going to raise your right hand, please. Repeat after me. I, James Welchel, having been appointed to the office of trustee in the Atlanta Public Library District of Atlanta, Illinois, in the county of Logan County, aforesaid, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of trustee to the best of my ability.
Thank you, Jim. Welcome, Jim. That being said, with the resignation of Mr. Thomas, leaves us with an opening for treasurer. I would like to nominate Steve Dryer to fill the position of treasurer, and Lori Cotton to then fill the position of vice president. Do either one of you have any questions? Does anyone else have any nominations? We'll have a motion to accept those new officers of people after elections.
I'll second.
I will try my best here. Motion been made by Angie Harrison, seconded by Lori Cotton to accept the position. Oh, I thought it was you, Lori.
You wouldn't, Vice Chair.
I was listening. Not very well. By Karen, seconded by Karen. For the nomination of Steve Dryer for treasurer and Lori Cotton to fill the vice presidency. So call the roll, Karen, please.
Randy,
Yes.
Steve,
Yeah.
Lori, Angie,
Yes.
Karen, yes.
Jim.
Sorry.
Jim, your first vote, you almost didn't get to vote. Okay. Okay.
Start with Steve.
You can do it at the same time, they can just say their name.
Hang on just a second, Ralph.
We recommend you guys get some kind of PA system.
We will see about getting one for the next meeting.
We would appreciate it. very
Okay.
much.
Let's do some. Okay, Steve. I, Steve Dryer,
I, Steve Dryer,
having been elected to the office of treasurer
having been elected to the office of treasurer
in the Atlanta Public Library District of Atlanta, Illinois,
in the Atlanta District of Illinois,
in the county of Logan,
in the county of Logan,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of treasurer to the best of my ability.
of the office of treasurer to the best of my ability.
Lori, raise your right hand, please. I, Lori Cotton, having been elected to the office of Vice President
Having been elected to the office of Vice President
in the Atlanta Public Library District of Atlanta, Illinois,
in the Atlanta Public Library District of Atlanta, Illinois,
in the county of Logan,
in the county of Logan,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Vice President
of the
to the
office
best of my ability.
of the office of Vice President to the best of my abilities.
Speaking isn't easy. All right. Next, we have others, so this is open. If any of the board members have anything that they want to bring up, I'll just go around the table. Angie? Jim, since you're new, do you have anything you'd like to bring up for the board?
On the grill, you basically, you just basically decided that you don't want to run it anymore. It has to be leased out.
Well,
I mean, is that what the?
No, well, we see what we get in terms of proposals, and I don't think we can make a decision until we see what we get. But we need to get the proposals in order to make that decision.
I think we found out that the grill can run in the positive, not to any great degree, but if it's possible that we can get it leased out and get it out from underneath the auspices of the library, it may save us some headaches in the future. So we will look into that, and if it becomes a viable situation for us, then we will act upon it.
It was always the intent that we would have it that way. We had some issues, so we brought it in to the library. So we do it, and then we'll put it back out.
I mean, I think Rachel's done a great job.
That's yourself up there. Do you have anything else, Tim? Steve? No. Lord?
Good.
Karen?
No, I'm good.
I know nothing, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
And so move that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Karen to adjourn at 7:15. Call roll, please.
Randy?
Yes.